The phrase うちに can mean before or while, but unlike other synonyms such as 前に and 間に, うちに is quite tricky to use. Here's my attempt at explaining how to use it. Number 1. A deliberate action is performed while still in a particular state. うちに can be combined with nouns, adjectives, and verbs that express states, as opposed to actions, to mean while still in a particular state. This construction implies that there is a time limit by which something has to happen or conclude. First, when used with nouns, insert の between the nouns and うちに。夜のうちに準備してしまいなさい。夜のうちに準備してしまいなさい。Get ready while it's still evening. 高校生のうちに投資について学んでおきなさい。高校生のうちに投資について学んでおきなさい。While you're still in high school, learn about investments. Note that only nouns that denote time periods can be used. For instance, you cannot say something like 映画のうちにポップコーンを食べた。映画のうちにポップコーンを食べた。I ate popcorn while the movie was still on. There are also many nouns that could be construed as denoting time periods, but that cannot be used in this construction. For example, you might think 旅行, a trip, is kind of an event that extends in time, but you cannot say 旅行のうちにお土産を買った。旅行のうちにお土産を買った。I bought souvenirs while I was still traveling. In the above two cases, you can use 中 instead, as in 映画中に and 旅行中に. Secondly, when combined with adjectives, use the attributive forms of adjectives. That is, the E form of E adjectives and the na form of na adjectives. You cannot conjugate the adjectives in the past tense form or the negative form. 明るいうちに買い物を済ませた。明るいうちに買い物を済ませた。I finished grocery shopping while it was still bright outside. 元気なうちにしっかり働いて貯金した方がいい。元気なうちにしっかり働いて貯金した方がいい。You should work hard and save money while you are still in good health. Thirdly, when used with verbs, the verbs must express states rather than actions. Hence, the ている form of verbs commonly appears in this construction. おじいちゃんがひるんでいるうちにとどめを刺せ。おじいちゃんがひるんでいるうちにとどめを刺せ。Deal the final blow while grandpa is still flinching. The verb ひるむ to flinch expresses a momentary action, while its ている form ひるんでいる expresses a continuous state. Verbs can also be used in the ない form with うちに。麺が伸びないうちに食べてしまいなさい。麺が伸びないうちに食べてしまいなさい。Eat the dish before the noodles get soggy. In the English translation of this sentence, I use the verb phrase get soggy in the affirmative, whereas in Japanese, the verb 伸びる is in the negative form 伸びない. Why do we use the ない form here? Earlier, I stated that this grammar requires a state, and that something has to happen or conclude before this state expires. In this example, the state that we want to last is the state in which the noodles are not soggy. In other words, eat while not soggy is true. Hence, we need to negate the verb. Finally, you can also sometimes use the dictionary form of verbs that denote states. For instance, おばあちゃんがいるうちに財布を漁っておこう。おばあちゃんがいるうちに財布を漁っておこう。While grandma is still here, I will rummage her purse. Number 2. A change takes place while in a particular state. The second use of うちに is very similar to the first. The only difference is that the second use describes a change that happens while a particular state holds, instead of a deliberate action. In this usage, only verbs are used. Let's have a look at some examples. お兄ちゃんと話しているうちに疲れてしまった。お兄ちゃんと話しているうちに疲れてしまった。I became tired while talking to my older brother. In this example, the ている form of 話す to talk is used to show a continuous state. 何回も挑戦するうちに解けるようになるさ。何回も挑戦するうちに解けるようになるさ。If you keep trying again and again, you'll be able to solve it. In this example, the dictionary form of the verb 挑戦する to try is used. This is probably not so much a continuous state as repeated action. If this action is repeated, the desired change will occur. 知らないうちに妹はゴリラになっていた。知らないうちに妹はゴリラになっていた。While I was unaware, my younger sister had turned into a gorilla. In this example, the ない form of 知る to know is used. While in the state of not knowing, a pretty significant transformation had taken place. This is the end of today's episode. See you soon.